I'm presenting a case report of hemorrhages of the eye in a case of adult onset hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis. Introduction: hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis is a rare fatal condition caused by overactive immunological response of the histiocytes and lymphocytes. It can be primary form, which is hereditary, or secondary form associated with bacterial and fungal infection, viral infections such as Epstein-Barr virus, cytomegalovirus, herpes virus, and other underlying diseases, principally autoimmune disorders and malignancies. Primary form is also known as familial hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis, an autosomal recessive inheritance pattern. It commonly occurs below 1 year of age. Secondary form is often diagnosed in older patients and there is no family history. Associated ocular findings have been reported in few cases. This is a case report of 22-year-old male who was apparently normal 1 month back, after which he developed fever for the past 1 month. Patient also had intermittent episodes of epistaxis and melena with history of weight loss. He is a known case of seizure disorder. On physical examination, patient was cachetic, paler and mild icterus was present with multiple purpurous skin lesions over the upper lip. Blood count showed neutropenia and pancytopenia with elevated serum ferritin level. Viral test and leptospira test was found to be positive. Serology of virus and cytomegalovirus showed features of histiocytes with erythrophagocytosis. PET scan showed hepatosplenomegaly with perisplenic and periportal lymphadenopathy and multifocal increased metabolic activity in multiple bones suggestive of lymphoproliferative disorder. Hematology opinion was obtained and started on injection dexamethasone once daily, injection meropenem thrice daily, and tablet cyclosporin BD, tablet voriconazole BD, and tablet etoposide once weekly. On review, complete blood count was done. Platelet level was dropped to 14,000 per cubic millimeter, and patient was transfused with 4 units of platelets, and then the count was improved to 47,000 per cubic millimeter. Patient was referred to ophthalmology department with gradual painless diminution of vision in both eyes for the past 1 month. On examination, BCVA was 6/36 and N18 in both eyes. Anterior segment examination of the right eye was within normal limit. Left eye showed resolving subconjunctival hemorrhage in the infralateral aspect. On dilated fundus examination, with the patient present with a normal optic disc and multiple retinal hemorrhages involving the macula, with right eye showed absorption of macular hemorrhages at the time of presentation, indicating the response to the treatment. Lab investigation, hematological evaluation showed neutropenia and pancytopenia with elevated serum ferritin level. There is no growth in blood culture. Discussion: our patient meets the diagnostic criteria of hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis, including fever, splenomegaly with elevated serum ferritin, pancytopenia, a diagnostic bone marrow biopsy demonstrating hemophagocytic histiocytes. We report a rare finding of hemorrhagic retinopathy in a case of adult onset HLH, and patient is on steroids and immunosuppressant therapy. Andrew et al. Reported broad spots in adult onset HLH, which could be secondary to pancytopenia. Rarely, this syndrome may manifest with findings such as optic nerve involvement, retinal hemorrhages, and multiple white perivenous retinal patches in previous literature. Reported HLH patient presenting with unilateral panuveitis the first sign prior to systemic changes. Conclusion: hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis is a rare disorder and can be a life-threatening multi-system inflammatory syndrome. This case report emphasizes the importance of careful ophthalmic monitoring and early diagnosis to prevent vision-threatening complications. These are my references. Thank you.
Can you go back to that slide of the eye findings?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm really impressed. I'm so happy at your presentation because you've, documented everything. It would be nice to have follow-up photographs if possible.
Okay, sure. Nice, ma'am.
Because that would be something very nice to say that, what happened later in terms of the photographs.
Okay, okay.
Excellent
follow up the patient.
Collection of all the information and something which I learned. I have not seen a case of this. I don't even know about this entity. So great case.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Any questions?
You are muted, sir. Dr. Anand, you're muted.
Sorry, ma'am. Yeah, last and final call for Dr. Ganta Divya, fee paper number 1051, serial number 6. She there?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Then the last call for serial number 8, free paper 2146, Dr. Nivedita Guru. Is she there?
No, sir.
Okay. Final call, serial number 9, FP 2174, presenting author Dr. Vikram Vinayak. Is he there?
Doc-
Dr. Vikram
No,
Vinayak?
sir.
No,
Dr.
sir. No,
Vikram-
sir.
Okay. We have given
No,
ample
sir.
time. We have called their names thrice. I think we have done justice. I don't think they can show up later also. Thank you, panelists. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you after a
Thank
long
you,
time.
everybody. Soumya, if you are there, I just wanted to add that in your first slide, if you could just put the duration of these systemic symptoms. You have mentioned that patient had weight loss or feeding loss or whatever, all those, the duration was not mentioned. Were they preceding the eye problems and nobody diagnosed him, and only when he got the eye problems, then we started picking up these findings. So just add that part.
Okay,
Great.
sure.
So, sir, we can close the session.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
AD. Thank
It
you.
was a pleasure to hear everybody, especially Dr. Verma and Soumya and our friends here.
Yes.
Very good.